Union Development Officer. The Union Development Officer leads on events, fundraising and sustainability. They work with USU's events team to create events and foster a socially responsible student community.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom, and I'm joined now with Yakov, who's running to be the next Union Development Officer. Yakov, it's great to have you in the studio. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right, thanks. How are you, Tom?
Good. I'm good, thanks. So tell us why you want to be the next Union Development Officer.
So I believe that I would be perfect for the role, basically. I've had experience with venues, working in a bar. I've had a lot of experience with the student life at York. And as someone that's only had 2 years here and has been to another uni, should probably not mention that university. I believe that USU has had a massive effect on the student population. And events is one of the key areas which I think I could help and develop.
Was it Lancaster by any chance?
It wasn't Lancaster.
Right, that's fine then.
Never go to Lancashire.
So moving into your manifesto, you're looking to establish a regular student union panel where students can speak to the union about issues concerning them. How often are you going to hold these?
So that's open to debate right now. I would say no. Well, definitely 3 months at the minimum, but I mean monthly would be perfect, I reckon. That would be depending on what the sabbatical officer team says is okay. And if there's ever some sort of like debate as to whether, oh no, we don't want to hold these meetings, then I would definitely be open with the members of the union and let them know that, because that's one of my points, which it's really it's easy to achieve. So,
I mean, we already host one of these annual meetings, so once a year.
I don't know if you were at that meeting. No. It was very one-sided, and it was only really Pierre that was speaking. Marden, the GSA president, never really got a chance to speak at that. The rest of the subs were sat in the front row. It was kind of strange, to be honest.
So how's it going to be any different then?
So I would, well, first of all the subs on the stage, open to questions and also you suggestions. So if there's any you suggestions that people have taken an interest in, instead of a comment underneath them, people can openly talk about them. And be heard, basically.
Okay. So last year's turnout for these elections was 12.8%, so not great.
Not great at all.
How are you going to encourage an already disenfranchised electorate to vote this year if you're going to start bringing in new referenda?
So one of those ways is increasing awareness. And how would I do that? Not just posters and Instagram content like we've already got. It would be through, well, first of all, incentives. And also just word of mouth. Word of mouth, if no one's interested in an election, they're not going to talk about it. So I think the referendums need to affect students directly, and students need to understand the importance of a union in student life, basically.
Okay. So you said that you will gladly host referenda for dramatic union change.
Yeah.
Your words. What do you mean by this?
So the decision to merge USU and the GSA, was there a referendum for that? No, there was a referendum for the Articles of Association, and that's crazy to me. We didn't know that they were merging until, 6 months ago. At that point, even the GSA couldn't make the decision to back out from that decision. It just happened, basically. There was no.
What kind of things do you foresee in the future happening that would be of similar dramatism?
That's a great question. I don't know what the future holds. I don't think any of us do. Well, I know that no one does. So it's more of a case of if ever there's a big decision, or a massive suggestion, the 90% plant-based is going around right now, and people were offended that there wasn't anything like progress towards the 100% plant-based venue option on campus, because it was the decision made by USU executives that it wasn't feasible, and I'd probably stand by that it's not feasible. But at the same time, if students want that, and the majority of student population want that, then fair enough, go for it. Go straight into 100%.
So your manifesto states that you'll encourage protests on campus, provided they're well organised and not in violation of hate speech. Yeah. How do you plan on doing that?
Simply by backing those protests. Can go on the UC website. It can be on our social media pages.
But I take it you'll be the one who's defining hate speech and proper organisation.
That's a
How are
great
you
point.
going to ensure that people are being heard effectively and you're not politicising one side of the
So
argument?
the
too
hate
much?
speech point that you brought up is a great one. It's really hard to decide what's the difference between hate speech and free speech, and that would probably go to the rest of the team. Like, I can't be the sole contributor to assessing hate speech because I'm not an expert on the topic. I would never ever claim to be the most. Well, obviously I can tell what hate speech is, but at the same time, I think, we don't even know what the part-time officers are going to be next year. There could be one of, like, for democracy, but no one knows.
Okay. Your manifesto also states that you'll be dedicating the biggest campus events such as Fresh Fair and Summer's Ball to acknowledging the climate crisis.
Yeah.
Shouldn't these student events be about students and not political issues?
Yes, but at the same time, students, we're all young adults about to go into fields in industry, in environment, these sorts of things, and I feel like pushing such a massive issue towards the people that are going to inevitably make the changes that define the world is going to have the most influence. Like, if we never talked about climate change, it would just carry on and we'd all inevitably die. So we might as well push it on the students.
I mean, it seems like it's a big thing to say, right, we're going to make the Summer's Ball all about climate change. Well,
no, obviously,
we're going to make it about students.
We're going to make it fun. It's going to be a great time. Students can celebrate at the end of the year. But at the same time, if there's a message surrounding such a massive event that thousands of people are going to, then it'll be in the forefront of their minds that there's a climate crisis.
Okay. Well, something of great importance to a lot of people there, and something of particular importance.
I'm just going to say right now, I think it's a massive importance to everyone.
Yeah, of course. Something of particular importance to students as well is USU bars.
Yeah.
So you said that you want to increase profitability on USU bars.
Yeah.
USU doesn't run a profit, though.
Yeah, profitability was the wrong word. I can completely stand by that. As I always write in my manifesto on my Instagram today, I was like, I shouldn't use profitability. So UC bars generate an income, which obviously non-for-profit. My ideas would be to, rather than to increase the income, well, not increase, but maintain income through drinking lots and lots of alcohol and having these weird times, would be to encourage sociability, get more people in the bars rather than getting them to buy more drinks. And I think that's just...
But with so many alternatives within, a 10-minute radius of here, you've got the Charles, you've got the Ruck and Gaskells, etc.
Exactly. Let's say the cost
all
of a
these
pint,
places are cheaper, though.
let's say the cost of a pint goes from £3.25 for a Carling to £4.50 for an ethical IPA, let's say. Then, if you're not into that and you just want to get blackout drunk, go to Wetherspoons, by all means. But I want people to go to a UC bar with the intention of having a sociable and relaxing time and not feel terrible about it.
Doesn't sound all too profitable, because you also say that you want to increase mass market alcohol brands. So
Did I say that?
It says you were looking to increase mass market alcohol brands.
Where did I say that?
That was in the second point, if I can get that up.
So, I don't think I did. I said rather than the amount of alcohol usually mass market lager they consume whilst there. No,
Does say
my
mass
manifesto is
market
messed up.
Does say mass market brands in there.
So, yeah, my idea was rather than having mass market brands, we move to more ethical brands, maybe B Corp associated brands, and create more welcoming atmospheres instead of mass market alcohol offerings. That might have been me not being a incredible English student writing my manifesto right there.
That's fine. Anyway, we're coming to the end of the interview now. So if you could summarise in one sentence what your main point is, what would you say?
I want to develop the union in an ethical sense, and also remember international students are a massive proportion of our campus.
Thank you very much.
Especially international postgraduate
students.
students.
Now into Studio Red. Thank you everyone for listening.